morning, everybody. The star attraction of snooker at the moment, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And he's set to break off, and from what we heard from Ali Carter's little interview before the match, he looks to be fired up for this, Alan.
Oh, you bet he is. I was just looking when Ronnie walked down through the curtain down the stairs. Ali had a quick stare at him. He's up for this. The captain. All right, we know about his record, don't we? It's poor against Ronnie. But that's in the past.
Immediately a mistake. Need to push that red past the middle pocket, but it cuts into it. The problem is for Ronnie, as with all these thin cuts, it's a little bit more difficult to control the cue ball. Only blue and baulk colour to play for.
One.
And that's a nice kiss. He'll be looking for a lot better start than he had in his first round match against Stephen Maguire. When, to put it in his own words, he was awful. But it was learnt from that, and he'll come out here this morning wanting a good start.
Four.
There's a tournament pot success, 92% Ronnie, 89% Ali. You'll have to up that. 90% above is what's going to be required to have any chance, you would have thought. One pot success, that's about average for both players.
9.
And safety, well, that's pretty low. And the high break for both. 108 for Ali, 118 for Ronnie.
10.
Ronnie's made a remarkable 946 century breaks. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, and one of those matches, and amongst that 946, was over Northern Ireland in 2007.
50.
He played Ali Carter. He beat him 5-2. He had 4 tons and a maximum. How'd you like them apples? But yeah, it's all about settling in, isn't it? Best of 25 now. The ante has been upped. We're firmly ensconced now in the second round at the Crucible. Everyone's had a match. Everyone stands to reason, obviously, has had a victory.
Just struggle that in. I think he played a cannon on the red just below the one he potted. A little bit annoyed there. Was a little bit careless. Just wanted to nudge that red away. Just gone into the cue ball too much. So it's end of break.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 16.
It was never a great scoring opportunity, particularly with the black out of commission. But he had his hand on the table and able to play a few shots. That'll settle him.
Yeah, that's a little settler, John. It's nice to just execute a shot properly. Yeah, not putting any pressure really on Ronnie, but as he executed it well. Actually, just thinking about world champions. There's only 3 world champions left in this tournament now, and it's the Holy Trinity. Ronnie, John Higgins and Mark Williams.
Yes, the class of 92 as are collectively known. And what an era they've produced. Good safety from Ronnie. particularly if he's blocked a path down the left-hand side of the table, is we luck to get back to baulk. This is the player's luck. The problem is, I mean, as you can see, he just can't get past the blue or in the gap between blue and pink, but he can play off the red to the left of the pink, but of course he's got to avoid the red near the right-hand side cushion. So if he's playing this, he's got to get it just right. Don't want to catch it too thick. He's playing the low one, same principle applies. And the problem with playing it at that pace, he's left the red on now with that cue ball, and a good cue ball it is. He'll be hoping he's left it very straight, and you can see he has. So it'll be difficult for Ronnie to pot this and get the cue ball slightly back up the table.
Foul.
No, that was the problem. It was too straight.
Ali Carter 4.
Yeah, in some strange way, he'll be quite pleased with that, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Yeah, I'd love to not see the cue ball disappear, but it was a gorgeous piece of cueing. And I think a feature of this match as well is going to be the safety exchanges. I think back in the day, let's say 10, 15 years ago, you would expect just free-flowing chances galore whenever O'Sullivan plays, but it's a different story now. He sort of stalks the table, doesn't give an inch these days, and it's good to see that, and he needed that, didn't he, in that first round against Stephen Maguire, 6-3 behind. He looked in trouble, but he produced.
Yeah, I think you get a lot of people question Ronnie's determination, particularly when he goes behind, but I don't think anyone can doubt his battling qualities over the last few seasons. He's really been up for it. But he's got a problem to solve here. All things considered, that's not too bad. He may have left the red to the left middle, but it's dangerous. I think Ali will be very concerned about that red just by the black, and that's why he's going to play safe off it. Couldn't risk leaving Ronnie a chance of a pot on this red. But he's a bit short with that one. Does the red above the pink go? It doesn't, so no real harm done. Kiss on the green. Not made a very good safety shot.
Yeah, there it is again. Deliberately playing in behind the green. Absolutely watertight in that department, as O'Sullivan these days, as John said, in the last few seasons. Not only good at executing, he's up for the war, up for the battle. Certainly get one from the captain. A rare tactical and safety mistake from Sullivan. So this is the first half look this morning for Ali.
Yeah, very careless to leave a possible pot on. It's a thin one, but leaves the cue ball be going back to the balk end, so it takes a little bit of pressure off it. Nicely stroked in, and is it going to bounce back past the baulk line to leave him around to the corner? Not quite. Could nestle behind the brown, looking to see whether it's going to be more difficult if he just nestles behind the yellow.
Good shout, John. This is clever. Cutting out the bottom left of that cluster, playing this. That's the plan anyway. Oh, that's grossly overhit, wasn't it?
I think that's first frame, a little bit of tension in the arm because there was no delicate touch there.
Yeah, short was dead, wasn't it? Just next rounds or two.
You can pot this red, but with it being the cue ball so close to cushion, to have any control you'd have to really dig down, and that makes this red very difficult. This is tough. Oh, but that's a cracker. You couldn't hit a ball better than that. No tension in the arm on that shot. Referee Paul Collier having a look where he can find a place for the black. His own spot's occupied. Don't know, Alan. Do you think he's played for this red purposely and potting it to bring other reds into play? I can't believe he did.
No, I don't think so, John. I think the cushions are playing a bit on the softer side since they got recovered about 36 hours ago. The black cushion especially, which is actually a good thing, is quite soft. That was a good chance after the stunning open in red. Just something that the players will take a couple of frames to get used to, as I say, that black cushion, playing nice and soft. Now mid-range red.
Yeah, he had a long rest his last visit to the table, and it's close, but not quite, and while leaving this red behind the pink. Nice easy starter for Ali.
Something I enjoyed actually in that little interview at the top there with Ali Carter. He's a pugnacious character and determined, and he doesn't take a backward step for anyone on the tour. He's a lovely lad, but he's not one, rather actually like our own colleague Stephen Hendry when he was in the tour. He didn't go around glad-handing and saying hello to everyone and pretending you're mates. He's there to do damage, not interested in anything else, and that's the way it should be. You'll see his beautiful cue action now, Ali Carter. He gets such a response on the cue ball. Almost overhit that. That was sweet.
14.
He's not the tallest of lads, but what he does, Ali Carter, he uses that to his advantage. He's very compact on the shot, and yet he has such a long backswing. And usually
15.
has the deftest of touches in and around the black and pink spot.
Looks like he's got a slight angle on the pink. He's just wondering, those two reds together, whether the left-hand one, he can see enough of it if he just rolls the pink in. There is a red a bit further down, just away from the top cushion that's available. Which he's on now.
Yeah, good shout,
21.
JV. He played it beautifully, didn't he? With a nice shot there of his stance, didn't we, Ali Carter? Absolute classical style that he has. Poker right, poker straight right leg, left leg braced for impact.
22.
And the smoothest of backswings and delivery.
Now you had a look at the left-hand red of these two. I think that's all he's left to play for. He's a little bit too straight on the pink to play a cannon. There you go, having a look again. 19 points to lead. So after this pink, still needs a couple more reds. Played the cannon. It's not worked out perfectly,
28.
but he's developed one more red, but not the other one. Well, not completely safe, but not going to be that easy to get on if he can cope with this red and a colour.
$29.
It's okay, it's not the red he intended to cannon into, but
31.
got a lovely double kiss which has developed this red. So looking for this red colour and one more red. At the moment 28 points to lead, 51 remaining. It's still not a straightforward run to the winning line in this frame.
$32.
Does it go? It definitely would have gone to the right corner, but I think he's too straight on the pink to play for it over there. Well, he wasn't. He managed to force it across. And now 35 points to lead. Pot this red, go 36 ahead
38.
with only 35 remaining. Does he totally commit?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be dribbling it. He may play it with just a wee bit of pace so that if he misses it like that, yeah, good shot, well played. He played it like that so if he missed it, he had a chance of getting away with it. Sometimes that's the difference in these matches.
Bramble.
It's just the way that you play a shot. That was super.
Ali Carter, 39.
And what a 39 it was. I'm going to take an awful lot of steps if he's going to have to win this match, but that was 39 of the best. 39 steps of brilliant cue ball control there from Ali Carter.
One snooker needed, of course, but the balls aren't badly situated, particularly the green and the black, so Ali will be well aware of that. Tried to get in behind it, but he'll be pleased he's got it safe. I mean, if Ronnie did get an opportunity, to pot the red. No reason why he wouldn't, and get the black with it and try his luck on the colours for the snooker.
Okay.
Just one of those awkward positions where the cue ball is. It's very hard to get the rest head in there, and he can't reach it. So having to put it in the middle pocket. It is awkward. Steve Davis had a little implement once that he used to put on the rest. Wonder if he's still got it.
He carries it everywhere.
Even now?
Even now, John. But yeah, one red left. It's usually red for danger, but the green's a danger where it is.
Okay.
Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, and I know Ali's fired up for this, but nice to see Ronnie give a little tap on the table there. Good hit, but he needs for it to run safe, needs for it to run past the pink. Now has it run, and another little tap from Ali, so okay, the talking's done with. Let's have a sporting game of snooker, good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see a little verbal jousting before these big matches at the Crucible, isn't it? But there's no malice in it whatsoever. As you say, John, it's now down to the important part of potting balls. Has he got the snooker? I don't think it's going to yield any foul if he has, but it may keep. Well, he's got to be careful here.
Yeah, and also when he hits this red, he'll be hoping that he doesn't put the red in a position where it's easy to lay another snooker for Ronnie. Somewhere like that will do perfect. Just coming up to 22 minutes this opening frame. I'd like to have a little bet that this is one of the longest frames of the match. I don't think there'll be too many like this, but typical first frame.
Let's see how close he can get to the green now, Ronnie. That's what he'll be playing, I've no doubt about it. Almost trying to go in off in this pocket. And he just got it a hair thick.
Now, can he get past the blue? Just an edge of the red. That's what he sees. And this time he was able to get right and behind, but I think he's got a bit too much pace. Ronnie having a close look. Can Ali get past the black? Quite clearly he can. He'd love to get this red off the table. Once he pots the, if he pots the red, Ronnie will concede the frame. Well, that's an excellent shot from Ali. There's no better way to stop your opponent getting snookers by snookering him.
Oh, what an effort this is. This is a great effort.
Yeah, it really was. He could have just done with that cue ball bouncing another fraction and cut out the one cushion escape off the baulk cushion. But this red is away from the cushion, so there is room round it. But good hit. At this level, if you don't cut out the one cushion escape, more than likely your opponent's going to hit it.
Yeah, you just know that Ali senses danger here, even although he's 36 points in front, especially the way the colours are. This is in behind green again here, almost trying to go in off. No, sorry. Mistake. He's just parking the red, trying to buy himself another shot. But this red will pass the green, it'll be thin. He'll probably play it though.
Yeah, it's one of those. You can play it very thin, but the angle you're approaching the red, if you missed it on the way up, you catch it on the way back, so well worth playing the thin cut. And now it's there. That was the first frame in the bag, surely, for Ali Carter. In goes the green. There's no way Ronnie will come back to the table now. 40 points ahead, Ali. There's 27 remaining.
4. Six.
Taking the opportunity to get a bit of potting practice. But both players had plenty of time on the table in this first frame, so that should have got rid of any
9.
tension and a little bit of nerves that they'll have had at the start. And no one's immune to it.
Ali Carter 9 and the frame.
And that's another concession. Well, I think that's going to be one of the longest frames in this match. It got into its 28th minute, but Ali Carter won't mind. He leads by 1 frame to 0.